Hello and welcome to Crowforest Reviews. So let's go ahead and finish out the trilogy. This is Spy Kids 3. And yes, I know there's a fourth one now, shut up. So we once again start out with that creepy Dimension logo kid, but this time in 3D! And then the movie opens proper with Junie giving an old-style detective voiceover narration telling us about how he used to be a spy, until they betrayed him.
I'd been burned by the agency, the OSS, so I left.
Did I miss something? I feel like something important happened between this movie and the last one. So Junie is trying to sign up to play a new video game that just came out, but he trips and loses all his money, so he is unable to sign up. But fortunately, he gets a mission assignment from that spy agency that he no longer works for, and wouldn't you know it, it's to go into the exact same video game that he was trying to get into in the first place. Wow, how dramatically convenient! So why does the OSS need Junie to go inside the game? Well, to rescue Carmen, who went in previously on their orders and got trapped. And now Junie is the only hope of rescuing her. Plus he kind of owes her, since he's kind of the whole reason she got trapped in the first place.
Why would she even go in there without any backup?
Because her first and only choice wouldn't answer our calls.
Whoops. So anyway, Junie gets zapped into the game in that way that the early 2000s just kind of thought would happen, and then we get some obnoxious 3D effects. Also, the CGI here is atrocious, but Junie himself points that out. So, really, if you know going into a project that you have absolutely no CGI skills, having an in-universe justification for the CGI being suboptimal is really quite clever.
Computer generated.
So Junie falls down a hole and loses a life, and also loses a whole lot of time, like 6 hours or something.
What happened to my 12 hours? I only have 4 now.
Time flies when you're playing games.
Okay, that is just not fair. So anyway, Junie meets some beta testers.
I'm Rez.
Hi, Res.
I'm Rez.
Hi, Res.
Okay, that was slightly funny.
Name's Rez. Hi, Rez. Which is ironic because I'm actually 8-bit.
So anyway, Junie gets kicked to the moon, apparently. Every time I look away for a second, something crazy happens. Then, after getting kicked to the moon, Junie manages to bring his grandfather into the game. Somehow. Seriously, I'm not following the logic of what's going on here. So Grandpa gets an upgrade to some kind of a robot suit thing, and then immediately gets distracted by a butterfly. So I guess we won't be seeing him for a while. Well, that was certainly a worthwhile character introduction. So now we come to the robot arena, where Junie has to battle a giant robot thing while also wearing a giant robot thing. It's basically just a rip-off of Pacific Rim. 10 years before Pacific Rim came out. Oh god, does that mean the Pacific Rim is a rip-off of this? That doesn't bear thinking about. So, of course, Junie wins the fight, because of course he does, and then he gets launched into space. Again. He has got to stop doing that. Anyway, enjoy this brief cutaway of the creator of the game having a complete mental breakdown.
Who are you people? Yeah, you.
Well, that was fun! Back with Junie, he presumably landed safely back on Earth, and now the beta testers from before, the ones who kicked him to the moon in the first place, apparently now want to be friends, because they, for some reason, think that Junie is the guy. TM.
Will you look at this?
You're the guy. I'm the who? The guy. The guy from the poster. That guy.
Because apparently there's a prophecy about how a chosen one will lead other select few to win the game, as is foretold. Because that makes sense. Seriously, this is a brand new game. It hasn't even had time to develop its own internal mythology, and that's assuming that it would even be capable of doing that. Are the non-player characters sentient? Anyway. The beta testers decide to show their loyalty to their new friend by immediately trying to kill him in a bullshit race. What? 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 Also, Grandpa is back again. Oh, hi! Weren't you supposed to be helping this whole time? And Grandpa's gone again. Well, I hope you enjoyed that cameo. So the race goes on for a while, and then Junie wins, thus proving that he really is the guy, and in turn, proving his loyalty to his new friends. Wait, Junie had to prove his loyalty to them? What? What? This makes no sense! Also, Grandpa's back again. Maybe he'll stick around this time. So Junie gets the beta testers to help him by telling them that the wizard told them to.
The wizard said if we all work together...
Meaning Grandpa, I suppose. And then Junie points back towards Grandpa, but Grandpa is once again not there. Or, wait, is Grandpa invisible? Why is Grandpa invisible?
With my strength.
my brains.
And my axe.
So they get to the big scary plot MacGuffin, and then the beta testers immediately abandon Junie. And Grandpa leaves again, too. These people cannot stick to a plan! But then everyone immediately comes back and saves Junie from the programmers. Well, that was kind of pointless. Why did they leave if they were just coming right back? And cue another mental breakdown.
I don't mind talking to myself, but when you guys start to cut me out of the conversation, that's when it gets a little strange.
So the team continue along until the game decides to force two of them into a deathmatch together. That's just rude. I guess this game isn't really about team playing. But right at the last minute, when Junie is about to get fake killed, the girl from the group switches places with him to save him. So now it's just the 4 boys left in the group. Well, good. The ratio of girls in that gamer group was way too high. And then Carmen shows up. Just kind of out of nowhere. Wait, I thought that Junie was supposed to rescue her. Well, apparently not. So the group continue forward, with Carmen replacing the previous girl from the group. Oh, and apparently Carmen can see Grandpa, but I'm pretty sure that the others can't, because Grandpa is only visible in some of the group shots and not others. This is very confusing. So they end up getting chased by some little robot things, and then cue lava surfing. Because this is a video game, and no video game would be complete without lava surfing. But apparently the OSS don't want them to go that way, so they send in a lava monster. Rude! So they get away by swimming in the water under the lava. What? Sure, that checks out. Carmen tells the beta testers that the game is a trap and that the prize isn't real, but they don't believe her. And then random Elijah Wood cameo. Well, that was random. And he's dead. Well, that was pointless. So anyway, the girl from before shows up again, claiming that a glitch in the game prevented her from experiencing a game over, but apparently she's actually the deceiver, or something, as evidenced by the fact that Carmen is able to run her hand through the girl and she glitches. Despite the fact that, aren't they all digital avatars in the game? I mean, we saw Carmen's body floating in the field outside of the game in the lab, so clearly they aren't physically entering the game. So they're all just digital avatars, so how does making someone glitch out prove anything? And also, if this girl is supposed to be the deceiver who was created within the game specifically to make them lose, then why does she help them to win in this scene? Like, she legitimately helps them win. They would have lost without her help. So if she was programmed into the game with the one job of making them lose, then she's really bad at her job. This whole plot point makes absolutely no sense. It's like, this makes no sense. So they get out of the game, but unfortunately the game designer gets out too, since apparently he had been imprisoned inside his own game. Well, that's dark. Wait a minute. If he was trapped inside the game, then how exactly did he manage to market it to a mass audience? I'm sensing some plot holes. Also, isn't the digital world kind of his domain? Doesn't he have all the power there? This is basically like imprisoning a bunch of earthbenders inside a dirt prison. I'm looking at you, Last Airbender. Anyway, never mind about that. Giant CGI creatures are coming out of the game and wreaking havoc on the city, but they can only be seen by putting on special glasses. Because this is a 3D movie. So you have to put on your 3D glasses. Okay, that's kind of clever. So the family all show up for the final showdown, as is tradition, but it's still not enough, so they call in everyone else, because everyone is family. Well, that's kind of shoehorned in there, but okay. Yes, I know, it's a reference to a previous line in an earlier scene.
Everyone's your family.
Which only exists to justify this moment, so they were playing the long game on this shoehorn. I will give them that. I do like how everyone just drops what they're doing to show up. Anyway, they win, obviously, and that's pretty much it. So that was Spy Kids 3. How was it? Well, it wasn't nearly as good as the first two, but it still had its charm to it. Anyway, join us next time as we finish out yet another trilogy that's been a long time coming. Here's a little hint. So I ended the last two Spy Kids reviews by telling you to go watch my movie, In the Attic. So, for the sake of continuity, I guess I'll do that again. Go watch my movie! It's free on YouTube. See? Now it's actually out. In the last two videos, it wasn't even out yet, but now it's out, so go watch it! Go watch it! Go watch it. Go watch it. Why are you still here? Go watch it.
Don't know who left it there. And ever since I got it out of the attic, weird things have been happening. Can I see it? Sure. Yeah, you want to come over after class? Absolutely. It's creepy as hell. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about. I found it up in my attic.
It's like exactly your floor plan.
Yeah, at first I thought it was left by the manufacturers as some kind of scale model, but it doesn't make any sense. Oh, that's weird. You're seeing this, right? Who the hell are you? I'm serious, this isn't fucking funny. Get out of my house!
I mean, let's not mitigate all of the blame from the OSS. They should, like, take most of the responsibility here, but also, if he just answered his damn phone, this probably could have been avoided. Anyway, never mind about that. Giant CGI creatures are attacking the city. So that was Spy Kids 3. How was it? Well, it was still pretty good, but not that good. That sums up this movie perfectly!